Tron released in theaters, continuing the series about computer reality. Critics call it mediocre. They praise the creative visuals and soundtrack by Nine Inch Nails, as well as the performance of Jared Leto and Greg Lee, but they criticize the weak script and the transfer of the action to the real world, which deprives the film of its digital charm. The budget is $150 million, which is modest for a blockbuster, but it has a chance of paying for itself. Marvel Reboot. Studio will retain around 80% of the universe with changes, the resurrection of heroes and villains, and the retconning of disappointing moments. The new saga focused on mutants. The X-Men movie will be released on May 5, 2028. Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister are the main antagonists. Ryan Reynolds is developing a solo movie about mutants. Stranger Things final season divided into 3 parts, episodes more than an hour. Final episode length about 2 hours, possibly on New Year's Eve. Episode budget $50 to $60 million. Advertising is just beginning, one of the most anticipated projects. The Smashing Machines, a film starring Dwayne Johnson, flopped, grossing only $6 million on its opening weekend on a budget of $60 million. Audiences stayed away from theaters, dealing a blow to Johnson's career as he hoped for a breakthrough. Margot Robbie will return in a new project of Pirates of the Caribbean. It will not be a spin-off. Despite plans for a reboot, Johnny Depp will bring back the old cast except Keira Knightley. All episodes of the second season of Peacemaker have been released. It's a decent season, but with some overhype from James Gunn. The final has a rating of 6.8 on IMDb, the lowest episode rate. Gunn discussed Deadpool's cameo with Ryan Reynolds, but bureaucracy got in the way. There are no plans for third season and the characters will move on to another series. Spider-Man Brand New Day. John Barento, who's playing the Punisher on set, fighting Tombstone, played by an albino man. There are unannounced villains, possibly a female werewolf. Michael Mando, Scorpion, is back, filming in a prison uniform. Tom Holland has recovered from his concussion and looks cool in his costume. Demon Slayer Infinity Castle, the anime grossed $758 million, becoming the 5th highest-grossing film of 2025. It ranks behind Jurassic World, Minecraft, Lilo & Stitch, and Ninja 2. Ocean's 14. George Clooney secured the budget from Warner Bros., and the film will proceed. The core cast includes Clooney and Brad Pitt, with Matt Damon potentially joining. The spin-off about Ocean's parents featuring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling has been cancelled, and negotiations with Bradley Cooper are ongoing. Peaky Blinders spin-off, a series from BBC and Netflix. 2 seasons of 6 episodes about the new generation of the Shelby family in 1953, reconstruction of Birmingham after World War II. Cillian Murphy is the executive producer, and feature film will be released in 2026. Fast X, budget $380 million, box office $705 million, but $760 million is needed to break even. Universal has doubts about the 11th installment, the script is not ready, contracts with actors have not been signed, and the studio is demanding that Vin Diesel reduce the budget to $240 million. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms is a spin-off of HBO's Game of Thrones, based on George Martin's novellas about Duncan Egg. The trailer promises an atmospheric fantasy about the Nightly Tournament, a Game of Thrones spin-off set 100 years before the events of the series, 6 episodes coming out on January 18, 2026. It was developed quietly and renewed for the second season in advance. The opening credits are different from the original so as not to be too strongly associated with it. Daredevil Born Again. Elektra will return in the second or third season, same actress. Filming for the third season will take place in spring 2026. Connection to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Foggy will return. The trailer for the second season has been leaked in poor quality. Marvel Zombies is successful on Disney+, and a sequel seasonal film is being considered. The story has started to become repetitive, but fan service with zombie characters is possible. Dr. Doom in Marvel uses magic runes to control robot guards. Insiders hint at the return of the Scarlet Witch as his lover. Robert Downey Jr. is preparing for the role by studying the comics Secret Wars and Iron Man Doom Quest, where Doom fights Tony Stark in the past. Superman vs Spider-Man crossover. Marvel and DC has announced the crossover comic book. The heroes already met in 1976, where Lex Luthor and Dr. Octopus teamed up against them. Crossover may become a trend due to superhero fatigue. Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Kirsten Dunst is ready to return as Mary Jane, with Tobey Maguire but as parents, with children. Fan service for a generation. It could expand the lore, as in Spider-Verse. People will go to the movies like they did for No Way Home, but Maguire will ask for a lot of money. James Bond. Jacob Elordi, candidate for the role of Bond, resembles a young Pierce Brosnan. Amazon removed the gun from its Bond Day posters, drawing criticism for softening the image of Agent 007. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Valley of Memory, free expansion will add 6 hours of content. Set in an oasis, Saudi Arabia, where Basim searches for his father. The expansion promotes the region as a tourist destination. Battlefield 6 and Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Battlefield 6 was released with an epic trailer, and Black Ops 6 became free for a week in response. Both shooters are competing for players' attention. Nintendo. Film adaptation following the success of Super Mario, which earned $1.5 billion. Mario Galaxy, The Legend of Zelda, and the Donkey Kong cartoon are in the works. Film adaptations increase interest in games. Highlander with Henry Cavill reboot. Connor MacLeod, Corrigan, and the secret organization The Hunters. Jeremy Irons will play the head of the organization, directed by Chad Stahelski. Predator Badlands trailer. A young predator hunts the monster Kaliska on a dangerous planet. The Whalum Yutani Corporation from Alien wants to capture him. Budget $100 million, rating PG-13. Neural networks in cinema. Directors are shooting fewer takes, generating scenes using AI, which reduces time and budget. Ben Horowitz predicts a new form of media different from cinema. Pluribus by Vince Gilligan series teaser. A writer is unaffected by the epidemic of happiness and the authorities are trying to cure her. From the creator of Breaking Bad. Minecraft 2 announced, coming July 23, 2027. Based on the success and ending of the first film. The first film is not for everyone, but for a young audience.